Hello, again. One of my friends, well, I've only got one friend, and he posted recently regarding a certain brand of whiskey being as bad as, what did he say? Isan Music. Well, we had a bit of a discussion over that, but it made me start thinking that if you go to your local supermarket like I did today, believe me, things could be a lot worse than that. A lot worse. Here we find ourselves in the local booze department of Tesco Low Tut, and I'm browsing around the Thai booze section at the moment. And let's start off with the premier product, a nice VSOP brandy, selling for about 450 baht a bottle. Now currently there's about 30 baht to the dollar, so that's the heady price of about $12 or $13. And now in rising order of awfulness in whiskey, this one is about the same price, about $12. That's a bottle, not a shot. About $8 a bottle, I'd say here. Marginally more dodgy is this one for about $7 a bottle. And my all-time favourite, you just can't go wrong with Hong Thong. Now, we had a discussion about the various merits of the awfulness of Isan music, and I suggested that Isan food is much worse. And it reminded me of a time when we'd driven from here in Phuket up to Noi's hometown, and one of Noi's nephews, Tam, was driving the car, and it was the usual sort of 26-27 hour non-stop journey. And when he got there, the first thing he wanted to do was to drop off at this little food cellar to get himself some food that he'd been looking forward to. And I said, well, what's so special about this? And Noi said, this man is a specialist in beef. He only does beef, and it's the finest beef you can get anywhere. She said he's been specializing in beef longer than you've been a systems engineer. So I said, well, that's not long then, can't be very much good. Anyway, he brought this stuff home, and I was really looking forward to seeing this. And then he spread out two dishes in front of me. One was a thin, watery gruel that had bits of bowel and small intestine floating in it. And next to it was something that looked like beef jerky, and I tried it, and it was like shoe leather. The whole thing was about the worst thing I'd ever tried eating. And that's Isan food for you. So if my friend had said this whiskey is the Isan food of whiskey, I would have shook his hand and agreed with him. But I quite like Isan music, so anyway, forgive my ramblings. Bye-bye.